guys, so in this video I'm just going to be discussing like things that I wish I knew right from the get-go when I was diagnosed, and things that you guys might want to know, even if you're not newly diagnosed. But yeah, so if you see me looking down, it's just I wrote out 10 things of things that you guys might want to know. Okay, so sorry if anything has changed. I had to change the SD card, so that's all figured out. But anyway, so let's get on to the video. Okay, so number 1. Depression is common with a chronic illness. So currently I am suffering with depression, but I'm getting better. But depression with type 1 could happen 6 months after diagnosis, or it could happen 10 years after diagnosis. It all depends. I am going on 9 years in August, and it just started about 2 months ago for me. So it all depends on you and things going on with your diabetes. So there's just that. Number 2, it will probably get worse before it gets better. And what I mean by this is, your numbers were really high when you were diagnosed. So since they were really high, that's what your body was used to. So now it's going to take a little bit longer for your body to get used to normal blood sugars. So you're going to feel horrible, whatever. And a tip that my doctor, my old endo, gave me for when I was that high is find really, really low carb hard candy, hard candy with 2 to 4 grams of carbs in it, and suck on it, and it is supposed to I don't know, make you not feel so horrible and just awful and sick. And it worked for me. So I went to the dollar store and I just looked for every single type of hard candy, sugar-free, non-sugar-free, name brand, off-brand, every single thing. And I finally found one. I found 3, but only have one piece of candy every couple of hours, 3 or 4 hours, because you don't want your number to go high from eating the candy. So number 3 is you will rarely have perfect days. So you might have, perfect day non-diabetes wise, but diabetes wise, it's very hard for your numbers to be perfect. Very hard. And, I'm going on 9 years and it's still hard for me. Right now, I'm 308 and I did a correction already. So, it's just your body. It doesn't know how to live, apparently. So, just try. Try to get your numbers perfect, but you can't be perfect. With diabetes, you cannot be perfect. You can try all you want. You can succeed some days, but not every day. It's pretty much impossible. Number 4 is you don't need to deprive yourself of eating and doing what you want. So what I mean by this is, say your family goes out to eat and everyone wants dessert. Don't be like, oh, well, I just got diagnosed, I can't have that. That's unhealthy. That's not safe. You absolutely can, unless there's another reason, there's another reason other than diabetes, or your parents just don't want you eating it, then that's one thing. But yeah, when I was first diagnosed, my endo told my parents she can we don't want her growing up and then being rebellious. It's not worth it. So they taught us I can eat whatever I want as long as I correct and cover and correct, and as long as I'm getting insulin for what I'm putting into my body, that's fine. So yeah. And also activities, yeah, it might be harder, karate. I used to do karate and then I stopped because I just don't like it that much anymore. But when I did it, I was diabetic, and you just gotta make adjustments. So I would have a 10 carbs of something that had fat and protein in it before, and then if I went high, I would just correct, and then if I went low, I would correct. And yeah, that's that. So 5 is you will have good days and bad days, your emotions will be all over the place, but there are other support options. So yeah, you'll have great days. Like you'll be like on top of the world one day, and then the next day you'll be like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore. Like this is so hard, so difficult. Like why me, why me, why me? But there are other support options. Your friends, your family, your doctors, school nurses if you're in school nurses. We're all here for you. Like if you find you don't know, like you feel like you're alone, you can contact me on Instagram, which is my YouTube username. It's also my Instagram username. Just DM me. I'll answer. Beyond Type 1, it's a type 1 diabetes related social media for diabetics and close relatives of diabetics. So about 99.9% of the community is type 1. So there's ages from like 10 all the way up to like 65. I don't know. There's just a ton of people. There's newly diagnosed. Like a bunch of newly diagnosed people are coming onto the platform, which I find is so cool because I had no idea Beyond Type 1 existed until about a year and a half, 2 years ago. But then there's also people that have been diagnosed for like 50 years. There's a ton of people on there, so it's worth it to, you know, just be like, oh, I'm having a really bad blood sugar day. Like, yeah. So that's a great online source because people understand you. Everyone on there is type 1. Everyone understands what you're going through, and 99% of them are very like responsive and helpful, and you can send DMs. It's great. There's a lot of new technology out there. So I have an insulin pump, and so this is a tandem insulin pump. It looks like this. Insulin pump. There's also Dexcom, which is right there. So there's a bunch of new technology. There's currently, I believe, there's 3 different pumps on the market: Medtronic, Tandem, and Omnipod. There's also a new insulin pen that just came out. It's like a smart pen. So I don't really understand how it works because I'm not on pens currently. I have taken a break from my pump and went on to pens for a month. And then I was just like, okay, I'm ready to go back on my pump. But then there's other options other than Dexcom. There's pretty much just Dexcom and the Libre Freestyle system currently. I could be wrong, but those are like the 2 main ones, and then the 3 pumps that are currently out are Tandem, Omnipod, Medtronic. So yeah, and then there are also, if you don't want to go like the technology route, there's syringes and pens for insulin, and then there's just like your basic meter for blood checks. So there's like a ton of new options out there, and like they're constantly coming up with better and better and better things. So like right now I have the Dexcom G5, which isn't the newest one, but it works and it's great and I love it. And yeah, pumps don't work for everyone. Dexcom or CGMs, continuous glucose monitors, don't work for everyone. So and sometimes insurances don't cover things like that. So like for me, I just got approved for the Dexcom last year, and we have been fighting for it for 5 years, 6 years before I got the Dexcom, so it's a lifesaver. But if you can't get it, you know, you're not alone. A ton of insurances don't like to cover it. I can't get the G6 because my insurance doesn't cover it, but I'm not complaining because I still can take care of myself. So that's great. 7 is you will be type 1 until there's a cure, and that sucks. We all know it sucks, but that's life. And it's really hard, but you can, sorry, you will get through this. Like, you're not alone, and that's just like the big thing, is you are not alone. Like, every single day they're working harder and harder and like progressing to find a cure. And when I was diagnosed, they're like, 7 years. Well, guess what? It's 9 years and still not a cure. But every single year it seems like 7 years. 7 years. 7 years. There will be a cure in 7 years. 7 years later, oh, just give it another 7 years. And it's just like, I've already waited 7 years, but okay, whatever. At least I'm surviving. 8 is you should start therapy before the anxiety, depression, or OCD sets in. So shortly after I was diagnosed, I started having anxiety, but like we didn't really know it was anxiety, and I didn't actually get diagnosed with anxiety until about 3 years ago. And most of that is centered around diabetes. Not all of it, obviously, because I do have other things in my life, but the majority of it is set around diabetes. And then, like I said, depression just kind of happened, started the other day. Not the other day, the other, like, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So, yeah, but, like, I go to counseling, and I've been going to counseling since I was diagnosed, and it has helped a lot. Sorry. But I do struggle with, like, opening up to, like, my counselor, and so you just gotta find the right counselor. Like, right now, I'm in the process of switching counselors, trying to find that perfect fit, because for me personally, I want to feel comfortable. Like, I don't want to just open up and tell, like, a stranger all my feelings if I don't feel comfortable with them. So, yeah, and I know OCD can be so hard, like, if it's based off of diabetes, because, you're just trying to get, I don't know why I'm so tired, because you're just trying to get perfect, and it's, you can't, like I said before, you cannot get perfect every single day. So, 9 is your life isn't over even though it's really hard. So you can still live life, like, live life to the fullest, honestly. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about that one, but you can still go out and do things that you used to do. So say you used to do soccer before you were diagnosed, or dance, or cheer. You can still do those things. You can do all of those things, no matter what. You can do those things. Like, don't let anyone say, no, you can't, you're diabetic, you're gonna go low. Yeah, you probably will go low, but it's not the end of the world. You will, yeah, it's not the end of the world. Just treat, figure out what works. If you're on a pump, you can do temp basal. If you're not on a pump, then, like, if you're on injections, you can just, eat a certain amount of carbs before you go, or you can, like, make sure you don't give a bolus, like, an hour before, like, even if you eat. Like, you can figure, like, there are ways to figure it out, and I will make a video on that. And then number 10 is everything will be okay. Your life isn't over, and, there's people that care about you, that care about your health, that care, your life isn't over, even though it's really hard right now. So, yeah. So anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope everyone enjoyed. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you need anything from me, my information is in the description. Yeah, if you need to ever contact me, Instagram is, like, the easiest way to contact me, or the comments in my video in the description. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed, and have a great day. Bye!